Good afternoon. I'm Rabbi Menken, and I'm the managing director of the Coalition for Jewish Values, representing over 2,000 rabbis in American public policy. And I'm delighted to be joining this organization in my personal capacity. In his role as first president of the United States, only a year after the passage of the Constitution's Bill of Rights, George Washington penned a letter to the Jewish congregation of Newport, Rhode Island, in which he said, "It is now no more that toleration is spoken of as if it were the indulgence of one class of people, that another enjoyed the exercise of their inherent natural rights. For happily the government of the United States, which gives to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance, requires only that they who live under its protection should demean themselves as good citizens." And then he quoted the prophet Micah, whom you may know as Micah. "Everyone shall sit in safety under his own vine and fig tree, and there shall be none to make him afraid." The idea that no government could proclaim a single national religion to be right, but rather must grant to each individual the right to practice his or her own religion, was totally innovative in its time, and from that first moment it contributed to America's success. Puritans in Massachusetts and Amish in Pennsylvania and Anglicans in Virginia were able to set aside their differences and work together. As Jews, we have long experience with the active suppression of our religious liberty. From Babylonian pagans who destroyed our first temple 2,600 years ago, to the atheists of the USSR, who were trying to stamp out religious practice just over 3 decades ago. And just this past weekend, we saw our religious freedom directly challenged by an anti-Semitic bigot in the middle of a campaign of anti-Jewish incitement by an organization here on American soil. Today, though, many of the dangers are shared. If a football coach cannot pray after games, then a Jewish teacher can be fired for praying the afternoon service before sunset on school property. If Christian foster care agencies cannot operate by their precepts in Philadelphia and South Carolina, a Jewish agency cannot ensure that a Jewish child is raised in a Jewish home and educated in accordance with our beliefs. Happily, one of my daughters is engaged to be married, and as we've done for millennia, the ceremony and dancing will be strictly separated by biological gender. It'll be in a hotel ballroom. According to a bill that passed the House last year, her wedding will be a bias crime. Whether you are of any faith or none, one thing is clear. Whenever religious or any form of ideological freedom is seen as what President Washington called the indulgence of the dominant class, your right to believe as you wish is immediately threatened. A society that does not tolerate your right to do what I believe might be wrong is one that will eventually suppress my right to believe what I think is right. And that is why I wholly support the National Committee for Religious Freedom and hope that you will too. Thank you.